NCRP Productions presents Fantasy Flight's Star Wars RPG, Episode 9.
Hello, and welcome to a table in a galaxy far, far away. I'll be your DM, David, and today we will be playing Star Wars by Fantasy Flight, Age of Rebellion, Edge of Empire, and Force and Destiny as one book. Let's meet our players, starting from my left.
Hello, everybody. This is Josh. I will be playing Locke, the Zabrak Bounty Hunter Gadgeteer.
Hello, this is Ty, and I'll be playing Victus, the Twi'lek Mystic Makashi Duelist.
Hey, it's Barry. I am running, as always, Grist, the Squib Sentinel Shadow.
Everyone's got like 3 names.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, we always talk about the fact that you're...
I'm just 6. This is David. I'm playing 6, the Smuggler.
Well, for some reason, we
Less
kind of
is
talked
more.
about that at the beginning.
And
You know?
captain of the infamous...
I am captain of the... I don't know about Infamous yet, but I'm working on it. Rosenroad.
the well-known Rosemary.
So we're off to a good start, I would say, with the rat apocalypse. And...
Yeah, but not for knowledge of the Rosenroad.
Yeah,
I don't know, but everywhere the
think some
Rosenroad
people
goes,
think
there's a
it's-
rat apocalypse. So
Yeah.
Right. So somebody's going to be doing, one of the guys with the little, the heads with the little eyes that have the number signs in them, where they're going to figure out, they're going to be like, as I crunch numbers, this Rosenroad thing seems to be at every major problem.
We haven't been in any space battle or a space chase yet.
Yeah.
That's
I
when I'll
think
know
that's
that we will
good.
have arrived.
Oh, okay. Is if we get in a space battle,
If we get
We outmaneuver something that's faster and better than us, and we escape them. Now we piss somebody off.
I like that.
I was watching, I don't know which Star Wars movie it was, just yesterday, the one where they come up and you got that whole, I think it was The Rise of Skywalker, the one where you get the whole fleet there of Star Destroyers.
That rises
Yeah,
out of the
It's
ice.
like, it's like, kill me now, and take control of the Sith. And that was a pretty awesome shot of seeing all those Star Destroyers, and they were all homing in on one signal so they could get into orbit, and that was pretty awesome.
Oh, definitely imposing. I agree. Can I have you each roll at the start of our campaign, or at the start of our session, the 12-sided, the white dice, force dice, and tell me what we got?
One black.
One black.
Yeah.
one black.
Yeah.
I have 2 white.
Thank God
same
for
as
6.
last time?
Yeah, thank God
Good
for
job,
6
No,
in
no,
all
last
this.
time
We
there was
are
all
lame
dark.
ducking it.
Oh.
All dark. Beautiful.
So we only have 2
What's
white.
nice is we never got, we only have 2
We have 2
white.
light and 3 dark.
Game Master did not take advantage of all those dark
Yeah.
points. So
I need to be better
we
at
dodged
it.
that bullet of Black Bolt death.
Yeah.
Do you want to take the 3 dark onto your side of the screen here on
No,
the table?
I have notes. I just wrote them down.
Because I
got
would say
it.
you can take them
You
on that
could
side and then flip them back to
I know,
us.
it was-
Don't look
but
behind the magic.
I know.
Yeah,
I
don't you
started-
dare do that, Josh.
I wanted to see
don't
if
look
you
at the
had
Emperor
tokens,
back
and
here.
I was going to look and
Do
see if
not
we could
mind
just
the man
offer
behind the
you-
curtain.
Like we could offer 3 black tokens on this side.
That's what Barry was just saying.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well,
I got it.
Josh, welcome
case
to
you
the game
missed
this
it.
evening.
yeah.
Did you want to go eat?
missed it because I was caught peeking.
Yeah. He's trying to be like,
You're
who
busted.
truly sits on the Senate? And it's me. I am the Senate.
One of our other games, we had the what was the running joke? Was it a Shadowrun where we were like, did you know that was it something with Nomad or something like that about the we were all saying it. Oh, don't forget the this or that, and we were
Trying to remember which one that was. Yeah, I mean, there's
Shadowrun,
running in almost any of them. Yeah. Yeah, and there's definitely some Nomad stuff.
I wanna
There's
revisit
no
that.
question.
All right. To just review, the last time we left our crew, they were looking for a Gungan. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. A Gungan.
Found.
we found a Gungan.
We found a Gungan.
Well, they were sent to look for a Gungan by the name of Dort Dawn at the casino, The Pit, because they had a sneaking suspicion that some sold materials might be linked to this individual. Our team split up, and 6 and Locke went up to the High Rollers quarters and got themselves involved in a gambling situation. Were able to locate Dort, brought everyone together, summarily threatened, and then executed him.
I don't know that all of us were involved in the execution.
Look, you could have prevented it.
Right. It seems rather
don't know about
one-sided, but...
Yeah, I would like to. Yeah, you could have easily stopped me, right?
That's right. You pushed him out the window.
Oh, no, he didn't push. He pushed him out.
Yes,
the
I was
window.
going to say, I
Is there
wasn't
a
just
difference?
simply a push.
Yeah. He jettisoned him like a.
Well, I forced
There you go. Yeah.
pushed him out to get him to
Intimidate,
squeal,
yes.
and then brought him back inside, and then kicked him out when
the
we were
window. That's
done.
right. Spartan kicked.
Yes,
him out.
exactly.
Because for six, she gave me the clear.
This is
Yeah.
Tatooine.
Locke just kind of shrugged and moved on.
Yep.
As you
He
guys
wasn't shook at all.
Yeah.
As you guys were being attacked by security, you called your space Uber and
Yep.
pretty much sailed off into the
That's right.
already dark light to go find essentially where the drop off for the red sand
That
runners
says
is
we
at.
race away in a cab.
What is the
Yeah,
thing that I
yes.
need in order to be able to remotely call the ship to our location without anyone in it?
There should be what's called a computer brain module.
Computer brain module. Yes, that's the next upgrade.
Yep, got it. That way you can pretty
That
much
is-
read.
For some reason, I don't think we're
Autopilot.
going to find that in KR's
Bring the ship
shop. I don't
You
see
never
it.
know.
The
Just need a
ballet.
Pretty much just need a human brain. I can.
We
put
need to
into
find
a
another
ship.
ship, and we need to
What is this,
salvage
40K?
it. We need-
There you go. Start taking out other ships until we find
Well,
the
that's
brain.
what I'm hoping,
we
yeah.
want.
Yeah.
All right.
I also have that written down. Don't cross Victus.
Yeah.
Or make him mad. In big capital
Yeah.
letters.
Yeah, I
Don't
mean,
do
kicking
that.
a man out of what is it? Pretty much a 500-story window.
Well, that wasn't the big thing. He blew open the window.
That's true.
First thing was break the window.
Yeah, went straight to it.
I understand the guy part.
I was going to we had to throw him through the window.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah, donk.
Yeah.
Bounces off.
I thought that would really kill the mood, so I thought I'd just cut out the middleman and break the window ahead of time.
Donk, donk, donk. Psh.
There we go. Got it. Third time's the charm.
For the record, my
just like-
my force power is to move. It's not to push. So when I move them, there's not a lot of force to it. I just pick up objects and move them at the same, like, a walking pace. And so it'd be really melodramatic to just pick up the Gungan and then just rubbing him up against the window.
He's like,
Agreed.
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell are you doing?
Just wiping him on the window. So,
Don't worry,
that
it'll
is pretty
buckle
good.
soon.
Right. Any second now. Anyway,
You're good people. I appreciate this.
Victus is the best of people, I'm sure. No moral quandaries here.
Wait, so if you only push at walking speed, how did you blow out the window?
I use my
He
vibrosphere.
speared.
Oh, right,
He
okay.
broke the window.
pre-broke the window.
Right.
For
Pre-broke the
exactly
window.
that reason, but we didn't know it at the time.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's the first time I used my powers. But I knew I didn't want to look ridiculous the first time I used my powers.
I gotta look scary.
Yeah, I gotta look
Stop and
scary.
Look, wow.
Yeah.
So the scary thing is he's going to get scarier.
Yeah.
We're going to realize.
Yeah, you're gonna realize this.
If he can push only at walking speed, it's like
When he
you
gains
run, he
power.
can't catch up with the rock he's going to hit you with.
Yeah, exactly. The rock just gingerly floats behind you. It's more of a utility power than a combat one.
Don't you mean Rancor?
Yes. Oh,
The
my
Rancor
God,
floats
yes.
behind you.
Because I can
Yeah, when he catches you, though,
Yes.
you are in
just
for
a
it.
flying Rancor just at walking pace coming after you.
Rancor's like, really? I can run faster than this.
Right.
Yeah, but it's not as intimidating as a flying.
But it's- right, until it's been flying for a minute and a half.
Starts
It's kind of
floating
like,
upside down.
Okay.
Right. That's great.
All right. So as we begin today, we're on the planet Lanak, zooming into this
right.
darkened
This is
area.
Lanak, not
your
Tangible.
your main planet, going down to the bottom actual ground planet of the planet. You guys are on the third tier, which is essentially ground floor. Light is only made by the upper strobe lights. It's all artificial environment. As you guys are taking your taxi to the sewer entrance, the locations where you know the red sand runners either drop off or base to be, given to you by Dort. As you guys are coming, the smell of sewage begins to fill your nostrils.
Trash level, right?
Trash aisle. What you see is essentially these large, compounds, essentially built into the ground. You can see large, flowing water pools dropping sewage water off. This looks like anyone who's been to pretty much a cleaning center. You can just see these large tanks of filth being filtered back into serviceable drinking water.
Yummy.
Yep. You're like, I don't know if I'm glad I bought alcohol and not any type of watered beverage.
Right.
You guys land and are led off a couple feet away from these what look like rusted and clearly some type of filth-stained plasteel doors.
You know, my ship on the other side of those doors?
Your ship, were you heading to your ship or were you heading to the drop-off doors? I
we were
thought you guys
supposed to head back to drop off something.
So we were not last going to our ship. We were going. So the Gungan told us where he meets up with the suppliers,
We're gonna go-
and we are direct there in this cab.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
So you guys are dropped off. The cab takes off. You have your equipment with you. Any strain that you've suffered throughout the day is still on you. Nothing has.
And that's for
fixed.
tomorrow night. He gives the coordinates for the meet tomorrow night, so we have a day to do whatever it is we're going to do.
Oh, so is our strain relieved?
So if you're taking like a rest, yes, that would recover after a day.
But we haven't
We
rested
haven't
yet.
got it done yet.
Yeah, essentially a rest is the same as just, hey, we're not doing strenuous activity. We're just kind of enjoying our day. Gentle walking, stuff like that will still fall under the rest. So, again, what's around you is this kind of mushy soil and filth. You're hoping it's mostly dirt, not just collected. You know, like gutters, when there's just enough wet sludge, it takes on its own ambiguous form. You have that kind of around you. The smell is bad, it's not intoxicating. And as you can see, there's just periodic large double opening side sliding doors every couple of yards down the road to either side of you. And just the sound of that waterfall of sewage that is off in the distance.
So why did we get dropped off here? If they're not coming till tomorrow night,
Well, we can.
are we doing recon?
It's good to know your surroundings. Perhaps we can
Okay,
Lay it.
recon. That sounds good.
lay an ambush for them when they come.
Tomorrow?
Right.
Tomorrow
yeah,
night.
we started tonight.
Do we want to shoot first, or do we want to parlay with them? I mean, we're not necessarily looking to,
Well, you know my answer.
right? Well, it's good to have it in our back pocket, or
Yep.
but I mean, do we want to start guns blazing on these guys? Or
Well,
care
so
to let them
what's
know?
what's our end result? I mean, what are we trying to get?
Well, that's probably
No, but I mean, what are we trying to get at the end?
That's probably what we need to distinguish. That's what our goal is.
Well, our goal is to cut out this filth and this cancer and put an end to it.
Do we think it's the Red Sand Runners?
The Red Sand Runners,
What
really
was-
our problem?
Like what was the original? I mean, like we're here because we saw their symbol and we were sent to this Gungan and he told us where they were. So right. So I mean, as all we know of them so far up to this point is that their mark is on some sabotaged equipment.
Yeah, they're taggers.
And we know that Dork would have been supplying or buying parts from them, then reselling them to the Andorran, right? And so
And that's how their tag was getting.
right. And KR sent us out here because he wasn't getting the returns on his investment out here, And so we kind of revealed that mystery, if you will. Do we want to get waist deep into the and get in the middle of this Red Sand Runners.
Personally, I don't want to make enemies unless I'm getting paid for it. That's my
I
position.
kind of agree with that. Yeah.
If we're being paid to go up against this gang and we're planning on going in guns blazing, I think it's a good idea to understand exactly the threat and the power they have here.
Essentially you guys were hired by KR to, one, fix up the area around the trash dump, get its parts back together, and then essentially put a stop if there was any problems going on. What were the issues, which you have discovered that it seems that there was a merchant who's been selling these kind of
So we're here to put a stop to it. How that stop looks like
is up to you.
So we should probably meet with these Red Sand Runners and go, hey, look, you're not going to be able to do business in this area anymore, or else, bad things are going to happen. We're going to let business loose on you.
Well, so what about the possibility that maybe they're selling these cheap parts to the Gungan because he's stupid, and they're actually selling good parts to other people? And then maybe it's possible that everything was this Dort Dan guy, that maybe he was the one who was doing the evil stuff. Maybe they were giving it to Dort as like he was the garbage guy and he was supposed to throw him out, and instead he was going to the Dorian and telling him, hey, these are good parts. I'm not exactly sure why they would tag those. But
Seems like that's something he would have told us while he was hanging 100 stories up. I don't know.
maybe.
It seems like he was, selling these inadequate parts and keeping the difference.
Yeah,
And
that's
then going
obvious.
And gambling it. So I mean, I think we've, we may have even
Solved the
stymied
problem.
the flow of parts to, what's the Andorran's name again?
The Authorian's
Authorian.
Goals.
Goals Crow.
Goals Crub. We may have stymied his park flow. You know, we may have made it more difficult for him to get parked.
Yeah, not that I'm actually defending these Red Sand Runner guys because they seem like not good, but honestly, if you kind of look at it, between Dort and Goals, that may be the entirety of the problem.
Well, if I know anything about these kind of guys and this sort of racket,
Do you?
somebody else will fill in this vacuum. Somebody else will pick
The
up
Dort Dan vacuum?
the Dort Don vacuum. His name is Dort Don.
Dawn? Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah. The Dort Don
Doors
vacuum.
You guys hear the
Will likely
door
be filled.
opening behind you. Or actually, sorry, yeah, like around, from behind you. You're quite a distance away. You can hear it kind of shift and move open.
I turn around and pull my blaster.
I jump for the cover.
Yep.
Yeah, I jump for cover.
Those who want to stealth,
Yep.
go right ahead.
Okay. So are you stealth?
Is that going to be stealth?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is a 2 difficulty die, so 2 purple. And you can add 2 blues because you're getting behind cover and it is pretty dark out.
Just 2 purple?
I will stand menacing.
6, what the hell are you doing?
I generally rely on my vigilance not to be taken by surprise. So I'm also not hiding and just standing there. With
I will
6.
second guess drawing my blaster, but I will stand with the pit. Kind of at the ready.
Like that Western style
yep.
hand glow. Yep, I like it.
Yeah,
Love
so
it.
I'll be like over 6's shoulder, like.
What do we got, guys?
1 success, 6 advantage.
Whoa!
1 triumph, 3 advantage.
Whoa!
Okay, wow.
Vanish.
All right, so we got a critical and we got 6 advantage. So
What do you think we should maybe just sneak up?
So
We'll leave them watching them, and you and I can make it all the way up to the door.
how would you guys like to? How would this look? How did 6 Invictus?
Well, sadly, I didn't really look at what I was diving into, so at this point, I figure I'm just sludge crawling and not thinking about it until I think about it and think, oh God, why didn't I think about it? But I'm crawling up to get alongside the door.
Well, I like to think is the two force sensitive people are the ones that react to this. So maybe they felt either. I know between the two of us, Grist is more. I mean, my character doesn't know this. I know this out of game that he's more sensitive to us. You know, he literally has this sense ability.
I do.
So maybe his reaction, like his force presence, becoming aware, alerted me. And so before the doors have even like started to open, we both like turn and just bolt.
And then we look back and realize the other two are standing there menacingly.
We're the only ones in this room.
yeah. Oh, so that's what it's like to feel Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Essentially, I mean, because you got a critical and you got 6 advantages. That's a huge benefit.
Well, can
So-
he in any way stock some of that for the next roll somehow? Is that
I mean,
is that in
that's,
this game,
that's
or is
the
that?
beauty of the 6 advantages is you can
Wait.
give other advantage. So essentially,
So
your
if he has
two
to make
fo-
another stealth roll,
yeah,
Somewhere out there is a sheet.
yes,
There's another sheet, and on that other sheet, it has what you can do with
with the
them.
extras,
The-
yeah,
the-
I seem
yeah.
to recall you can gain something for a future roll, but I could be confusing systems.
So you could spend 2 advantage to gain 1 blue dice on a future roll, or spend 1 advantage, or only 1 advantage to give an ally 1 blue dice. So it's
Oh.
cheaper to give an ally blue dice than yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, but with 6 advantages, you can get a lot of blue
and
dice.
a critical success is essentially like almost Destiny-like. Not you can add new things, but you can be like, yeah, I jumped down and like threw a rock. I did something like, all right, dodge behind like that broken droid that is an old like droidica that's like shield seems to be flickering. So yeah, you guys are not only just well hidden, but probably did something to help maybe even distract or like conceal what's ever going on.
And what kind of other stuff is in the room that we're in right now? Is it
So
there-
you're still out in the open.
so this? Okay, go ahead.
You're looking kind of at like I would almost describe it as more bunker like.
Okay.
It's just this long like tube of like doors as entry points to kind of enter. You know that this is a treatment facility. Essentially, there's filled
Wastewater treatment.
wastewater treatment.
Okay.
There's essentially like leftover broken vehicles, things like that, stuff that's been well rusted and essentially not even worth the scrap. You can see, of course, floating like bodies in the water of some animals that didn't.
Oh, well, I was saying, wait a minute, floating bodies, but are animals, I guess.
Animal bodies.
But still, animal bodies floating in the recycled water is still not good.
Not well. They're in the dirty part of it, not the like when you look up.
Hey,
at
look,
the,
there's the clean portion. There goes a rat.
You got to remember, you live on a hut run planet. So when you kind of like look at like filth coming down, imagine like 2 billion toilets being flushed, and then people just being like, what are you going to throw in the, like, essentially the waste treatment facility? And they're like, yeah, this goes to the bottom floor. No one's going to travel, like, essentially from, like, here to New York to go find a dead body.
So we're like in a corridor more than a room. We're out in the open and we can see a series of doors, and this is a person coming out of one of the doors we can see.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
You're pretty much like outside of a bunker.
Okay, so
the bunker door is essentially like the lock undid and is beginning to like pry itself open.
So we'll be standing there, not aggressively. I will be not aggressively.
I'm going to stand there.
I'm holding my gun, but I'm not pointing the gun.
Wait to see who comes out of the door, if anyone.
Yeah.
The door's open.
And
or jumps in the bushes for no reason.
as the door opens,
I wish it was the bushes.
you can see 2 humanoid figures walking out. It's pretty dark light, but you can make out that they at least appear to be humanoid, because they're at least bipedal. They just seem to be walking from essentially where your distance is. They seem to be walking not perpendicular to you. You don't hear them, like, they don't seem to have noticed you. They're just your quick stance.
Oh.
But you can hear them chatting. Like, it's hard to make out, but you can hear clearly, like, basic being spoken, just like, whoa, yeah, man, let's go get some. No.
What are they dressed like?
Give me a perception check.
I'd also like to see it. I want to try and hear about what they're talking about.
This perception is from the distance 2 purple and 1 black, as it is pretty dark out.
So I have 2 failures.
I have 3 failures, a threat. Well, I'm sorry. I have 3 failures and a triumph.
A triumph?
Yeah.
How do you have a... Oh, my God.
Okay, so the triumph counts as a critical success, regardless of
The failure.
The 3 failures? Oh,
it'll cancel out one of the failures, and it'll cancel out this essentially, but you still get some type of critical positive. You failed, but like Jar Jar Binks, something good still came out of it.
I failed successfully.
All right, let's get off of Jar Jar. Well, let's go to Inspector Clouseau.
You're right. Sorry, you're not a Gungan. I apologize.
Or Inspector Gadget.
So, it sounds like you guys were probably straining yourself to like figure out what this is. Is there something you want to do, or like how would you like maybe?
I'm just wondering, are they armed? Do they appear to be red snakes? Red
sand.
I love that you always get them wrong. I love it. Just keep it the constant.
They're so far below his notice.
Yeah,
that he doesn't bother
the name of their gang.
He doesn't bother to learn it.
What about the blue water
Six is the
joggers?
same way.
Are they doing something?
He's remembering the red.
Yeah,
Right.
positive. You know
That's
what?
funny.
For the sake of like, that you got at least some type of critical on there. God, you guys are rolling good.
I rolled 2 failures.
It's essentially is like what they stop, like as they're walking, they kind of stop, and you're like, I can't see anything. What about you? One of the guys, like as he's like walking out, is like, yeah, look at my new gun, man. Like I can't believe I got it emblazoned with the sigil of like the runners. Isn't this great?
Can we hear that?
Yes.
And they don't seem to be in any way hiding who they seem to be happy with
No.
that. Yeah.
They just seem pretty
I'm going to
excited.
do this.
Let me see if they can hear it.
I want to make sure that they hear it. I want to that they hear it. That's
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah,
objective is that, you know, to know that, hey, well, we're not alone.
Yeah, they stop and they're like, what was that? As they kind of start trying to look around for where the noise came from.
Over here.
So while Six is doing this, I'm looking around to see if there's any like alleys or open doors that, if needed, we can just pull them into.
The that double grate door or that double seal door is open. They haven't closed it.
Just in case it comes to that.
You don't know where your companions went by, but if you wanted to pull someone, essentially you're standing on like scrap metal, like rock rubble and,
We may
and
pull them around the
sewage.
pile or something.
I mean, if you just want to pull them into the sludge, you can hide them there. If you need.
Okay. So
Trust
we
me.
can, well, okay. All right.
Yeah, you
So
guys
we'll
are
let
walking on the
Six do her
dry
thing.
part of
Yeah.
land.
I'm just preparing the plan B.
Gotta hide the bodies.
Now I start moving towards them.
Yeah.
We already know where to hide the bodies. Right in the freshwater area coming out of...
Oh man,
They'll fit right in.
He got stuck in quick mud and just sank to death. How terrible. They approach. Like you can, as you get closer to them, you can see that they have their firearms drawn, little like hand blasters. They have the red like leather jackets. You can see the white symbol of the Red Sand Runners. They look human in general. They have, pretty much one has a mohawk, the other one has like the bald head with the ponytail in the back. They're wearing just pretty much duster pants, and they're like, "Who is that? What are you doing out here?"
Looking like we got ourselves a couple of runners now, don't we?
Yeah, this is runner territory. Who are you? What is, I can't see you. As like one of them begins like, "Idiot, turn on the light." And they're like, "Oh, right." And then you hear like a crack, and all of a sudden like a light appears as they have a flashlight.
Slowly kind of walking forward. Say an inquiring mind.
All right. What are you inquiring about?
I'm wondering where me and my large friend here might get a couple of those nice jackets like y'all got on.
They kind of like look at each other for a second. Oh, yeah. What as they kind of like lower their weapons a little bit? Because they don't seem to see Locke. Have you moved up at all?
No, yeah, I'm still. Yeah, I mean, I'm behind. I follow 6 if 6 walks forward. Yes,
I'm slowly walking forward.
I'm just, yeah, but to me, at this point, I'm just stone face. Not like cracking a smile, but standing there with my gun, kind of slightly in the shadows of whatever light they're holding, but visible.
They have essentially what everyone calls a torch, which is just a flashlight. Well, I mean, it's interesting that you want to join us, but who sent you? How did you find us here?
I sent myself, and I'd like you to arrange a meeting with your boss. You see, I don't know if you've been brought up to speed with current events, but Dort won't any longer be doing business in the area. We've taken his place, so we want to discuss the terms of our contract with your superior.
As you mentioned Dort, all of a sudden their like guns come back up a bit. All right, now that sounds mighty interesting. So sounds like we got a new business deal. And it's like, yeah, why are you repeating that to her? All right, look, I'm trying. All right, yeah, we'll let you meet the boss, you and your fellow over there, but tell him to come out with his hands off his blaster, and we'll have a nice little chat.
Yeah. So I'll very blatantly, sling my blaster down. It clips like on the side of my belt, but it's got a sling too.
Yeah.
But then just kind of walk up and be cordial.
How far are they away from that open door? And is that door shutting or remaining open?
The doors remained open. These guys are about maybe 25 feet away from it. They seem pretty entrenched in this conversation.
So I'm going to come up out of the muck.
Stealthily.
Yep.
All right.
Lean over to Victus.
His head rises.
Should we sneak in? Well, it's open.
Well, you can talk to me on the comm link. I'm not in the muck. I went in the opposite direction.
No, I don't do muck.
Look, he jumped into the swamp, and I was like, I don't know why.
So I clicked the comm link. Victus, should we go in?
Yeah. So Victus, instead of went in the opposite direction, he went for the shadows. So I'm not sure if there's, if I'm imagining this correctly, there's like a sewer in the center of the room, and then there's a concrete wall and there's a small path connecting the two. Am I misunderstanding the environment?
I think I did too, because I didn't dive into the sewer.
I
dove into the muck at the sides.
Yeah, so essentially
The sewers in the ground floor of this facility are essentially the same thing. Right. Because everything's draining down, and we're at the bottom. So
there's not like an open running sewer.
No, but there is a muck, semi-solid, semi-liquid substance coating most surfaces.
So essentially, you are outside.
Yes.
You are like kind of in an open field, we'll argue that.
Right.
That is covered with just enough filth from this refuse being dropped from the first floor to the second floor to where you guys are at, the third floor. You're looking at what is like a large steel rusted slime covered compound.
Got it. They came out of the compound.
Yeah. And these guys came out of the compound.
All right, so then it's partial muck and mostly shadow.
Yes.
But I would be moving towards that door.
Yeah. What is where we would see like rocks and trees and brambles and shrubbery. This is broken speeder bikes, ship parts, droids, lift things that are well rusted beyond repair. You're just walking in sludge that is essentially about ankle high if you don't step on some type of metal part. And these guys are walking on essentially what is the most secured, graded area of it.
Okay, like a little raised, cattle guard type.
Yeah, if you tested it, just from your own walking, it's easily you can tell, and you guys would know this, that there is more beneath that sludge. So, because you can see the bodies of the dead animals, hanging out of it. You're like, yeah, these creatures tend to be bigger than house cats. If I'm only seeing from like its skull to its sternum, it's probably at least maybe 2 feet deep.
Okay.
As long as we don't stand still, we won't sink into the sludge. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, that does. So, what was it, Gris, that you asked, Victus?
I was just trying to see, should we sneak up to the door and sneak in? I mean, it sounds like 6 is going to get them in. We just want to stay close.
Yeah, we'll move up to the door and monitor the situation. If 6 needs our support, we'll make sure that we're in a spot to do that. Otherwise, yeah, we'll meet at the door.
Got it. Okay. Moving.
All right. Your stealth will easily be able to carry you over there from your previous one. So going back to Locke and 6, the guys lower the 2 red sand runners kind of lower their blasters. All right, come with us into the compound and we'll take you right to the boss.
I'm thinking, like, it sure was easy to get into this place with 6 around. Man.
You know, shooting first isn't always the best course of action.
You guys see 6 and Locke. Essentially, one of the red sand runners is going first. You guys are in between them, and then one of them's following behind you. Pretty much you're being escorted.
Let him escort us in.
So, from any point, am I able to see in the doorway? Basically, what I'm wondering, I would like to set it up, and if I can use the 3 advantages to do this, I would like to set it up so that I can see if they go in. My thought is run in right after the last guy as the door is shutting.
Gotcha.
But if I'm running into a stark white room with LED white lighting, I'm going to kind of stand out covered in sludge.
What you are able to see, because you guys both stealth over and were able to get kind of a look through the open doors and your ability to see through, this is pretty much equivalent to an airlock, like a man trap. There's a big vaulted door, big opening door, kind of a hallway, and then another one. In the hallway, you can see they have crates and ruined chairs, kind of essentially they built little barricades. So that would be their defense system. So you can hide around from like the poor red light that is kind of filling this area. You would be able to like stealth around through shadows if you needed to or wanted to.
Inside.
Inside this tunnel.
All right.
What's the... Now, does it look like I could climb and scale the building from the outside and get into the compound through a window or something like that?
You would be able to scale it. You don't see anything that looks like a window from the sides, but if you got on the top, possibly there could be like vents that you could get into.
Would that be a coordination check? Or would that be...
To climb?
Yeah, or would that be athletics?
It depends on how you're getting up there. Are you agilely like running up and like bouncing?
Parkour?
Are you parkouring?
Absolutely.
Or are you just like, I'm jabbing my spear, jabbing my spear,
No, Victus's strength comes from his agility, so I'd definitely be parkouring up.
Then absolutely.
All right. Well,
Give me that call.
I'm going to get some grist on the radio and be like, all right, I'm going to climb the building.
Wait, what? Why?
I just turn off.
Victus, son of a bitch. Now I'm looking. I'm going to try and look up. I'm not moving my position. I can see where he is. I don't understand why he's going up. We have a perfectly good entrance, and he's climbing the outside of the building. But I'm not going to have him go alone.
As you're kind of looking, Victus, give me that coordination. I would say this is about, again, a medium and average difficulty, so 2. Add 1 black because this is slimy as hell.
So 1 black, 2 purple.
Yep.
Total of 4 success.
Yeah, easily up there. As you get to the top, yes, you can see there's actually a little bit of like steam and like mist coming from some of these vents. There's a few. This place is actually larger and wider than you saw when you were on ground level. As you kind of bounce your way up, you can see this thing extends for quite a bit. It's almost like it's. Have you been on like water reservoirs and stuff? It's essentially like that. There's kind of quite a few feet. It's almost like this system takes the sewage, filters it out, moves it through something in here as its own like water dam power plant.
I'm going to turn back on my comlink and lean over the top of the like, progress. Coming.
Fucking hell! Yeah, I'm going to go.
All right. Are you going to athletics or coordinated?
I don't actually think it matters. What is athletics?
It's whatever your character would do.
No, I'm just saying I don't have athletics, right?
Athletics is right here.
Brawn or
There
agility?
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm equally good at it, and I saw how he did it.
All right, doing like he did. Gotcha.
So 2 and 1.
To be the best, you learn from the best.
Yep. He got all the easy handholds though. Hang on a second. Son of a bitch.
His
one
dirty-
advantage.
God
damn it! Wait, how did you get past the fucking window?
You got 4 success. Are you gonna try to catch him as you hear him coming over?
No, Ooh.
And it goddamn slipped. How the fuck did you get up there?
Sure. Yeah. How might I be able to assist him with that?
His one advantage is essentially giving you a heads up that you can hear him hopping up.
Look, I'm stuck on this goddamn window.
And,
I'm going to lean over the edge of the building and put down the haft of my spear, and so that he has something to grab onto.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys get up there. It's essentially he struggled where you easy.
When I get up, I'm going to look over, look down, because I'm sure there's a step I missed that he had.
Oh yeah,
A
essentially.
handhold, I'm not sure what, but...
Just
Okay, now what's your plan?
Maybe it's the extra 3 feet he has.
Shut up! Get off this line!
My thought is get into the compound with these vents, use the vents to track the party, and when they need help, we jump down.
Couldn't we have done that if we'd gone in the doorway and just stand behind all the, broken furniture and shit?
Assuming there's not any more people in there.
How? Okay, I'm following you. Lead
So-
on.
Speaking of that, and the only reason that I mentioned this is as we walk through the opening, the entrance or the foyer, Locke is definitely taking inventory of the guards, the possessions. How many? If we have to fight our way out, what can we expect? So, but just wanted to get that out there. Okay,
so yeah, essentially you can tell from your hunting experience. You're like, yeah, this is essentially a bunker down spot that they can hold down. The door closes from behind you. The front door in front of you opens. And there's actually a lot more light. It's not bright, as day, and it's definitely not as bright as like a starship. But this is closer to like when you ride the Rosen Road and you keep it on low energy and you're just kind of cruising through. It's almost dim light. But there you can definitely see where they have the bulbs placed or like the bars placed to it. As you enter in, it opens up to a T. Looking left and right, you can see that there are 2 doors at the end of the hall. They're about 50 feet each direction. There's some type of worn out writing on it. The guys that you are following, person you are following, heads right and begins taking you down the right corridor. Locke, as you look around, yeah, this looks like a great place. If people were to break in, you can pretty much hold up. They don't have any bunkers here, but essentially just this corridor is wide enough for 3 people to walk shoulder to shoulder. If they really wanted to put out some defenses here, this would be a great place to hold down from pincer. As you guys approach, you can hear a couple of people talking on the other side of this door. As you think you're going to approach it, the guy in front of you takes a left down another hallway. Again, this one's about 75 yards down. As you're coming out, there's a smaller second door past the first one you passed. It slides open. You see a guy coming out and adjusting his belt line, and you can smell that this is clearly a refresher. As you look in, there's just a nice toilet and shower. As you end the turn of this hallway, it takes a left. Looking down, you can see the 125 feet to the other side. You realize that this makes kind of like a donut hole. Midway down, there's again 2 double doors on your left and 2 on your right. To your left, the one that you can clearly see written on it in basic with white spray paint says Armory. And to your right, there are 2 red sand runners with what looks like hand blasters and carbines. They kind of talk and they're, yeah, we got 2 for boss. They look at each other, kind of nod. And then these, again, the doors you saw when you first came in, these large plasteel doors, clunk open.
So, quick question. Mm-hmm. This is a wastewater treatment plant. It's inhabited by the red sand runners, and it still appears to be in operation. They're basically the municipal authority of this treatment plant. Okay, I'm just making sure it's not an abandoned treatment plant that just has bodies floating around. It's actually being used. And they are in possession of it.
You said the words, it looks like.
The key words are, it looks like it's being used. These are planet-wide treatment facilities like the dumps. Essentially, think of more like forest rangers. Hey, we run through this large kind of vent, and essentially these gang members took over. It's free power, free electricity. The government's never going to turn off its waste treatment plant.
Right.
And essentially they're just This is our house now.
So-
We have the blasters to stop you.
From what limited knowledge we may have of the underworld, this just seems like normal HUD operations, right?
This-
Like they would just
This seems like normal underworld operations.
underworld operations.
It's not a
Essentially,
hut we're looking at, right?
yeah, no. You're looking
Yeah.
at like humans and
hut runs it.
and
Runs the whole
Rhodians.
place.
The huts run this entire planet. The hut runs Vanababa.
But this
runs-
would be status quo for this region.
Yes,
is-
yes.
I guess what I'm getting.
Yeah, you've seen and had to go do stuff. You as a bounty hunter had to have done jobs like this where people are like, essentially we're exterminators, where you're like, yeah, we have an infestation of gang members who got uppity and are like, yeah, we took control of your water treatment plant.
Right.
Or like
a lot of
the
times
bar,
they'll leave them
or-
there until they become a problem.
Yeah,
then
and
they'll-
essentially it's oh no, we saw maybe a 5% decrease because this one filter tank isn't filtering.
Cool.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So until they become a big enough problems, the huts probably aren't going to care. As you guys continue, as you're waiting for this door to open, looking down the hallway all the way down to the other side from where the opposite of the direction you came, you can see there's an open doorway. And it looks like there's tables, people are drinking. You can count about 5 like other people in there, like beings. You can hear what sounds like a HoloNet TV. It's what's it called? Hut ball is pretty much being played. People are like, "Oh man, no, I told him." Like it sounds like these guys were just hanging out. It's like they're kind of
Cantina.
yeah. The door is open, and do you continue to follow your guides? Do you have questions?
I follow with confidence.
Okay.
Yeah, I just kind of look around, like, pretending to long for, these activities that are happening here. Like, oh, that'll be fun.
What about our people on the roofs? What do you guys do?
So, our thought process is to get into one of these air vents and start following the party via the air vents.
Okay. How are we getting into these vents? Are you just going to break it open, hop into them?
Well, our master of everything should be able to pick this lock, I figure.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, they easily aren't locked. They're just rusted.
A lot of work.
Yep.
I'm going to make everything look like it's harder and kind of lean over it. So, it looks like I'm just like, oh, got it.
Yep. It's great because, like some vents have like the spinning fan to like help circulate that air upwards. Essentially, this thing's so rusted, it's like, it's terrible. He's like, yeah, no, those are really dangerous fan. Yeah, I gotta be careful about it. Could get tetanus. Yeah, easily able to get it open after a little bit. More for show, took longer.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is big enough that Grist, you're going to be fine.
So just come on in.
Victus,
The
you're going to
blades are
have to
sharp.
crawl.
Be careful.
All right. I'll start crawling down.
Yeah, are you guys going to try to quietly walk through
Oh,
the vents?
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Pong, 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 pong.
give
What
me-
the fuck is that? Oh, it's just a womp rat.
All right.
Renats.
Yeah.
Some rats under the floor, ain't nothing to worry about.
It's a womp rat. Oh.
Those rats have been going crazy.
Give me another stealth check. I'm trying to figure out if I want this to be black or a blue, depending on how you describe it. Are you guys just like trying to like slowly look through things? Tell me how this kind of looks.
So we're creeping along the vent, and every time we pass like a screen, we're looking in to see if we can see the party.
Okay.
You realize this could take forever. I mean, it could
Slow,
be anywhere
methodical.
in this
Okay.
place.
Yeah, give me a blue because you're being methodical. You're being slow. You're not just like like making a ton of noise. So someone's like, "What the hell
So
is that?"
it's two blue and a blue. Two
purple and a blue. Yep.
Got it. Well, I have one advantage.
1 success, 6 advantage.
What? Jesus!
How do you keep doing
Force me with you. Yeah, essentially, you're helping. It sounds like you're helping. I mean, let me ask. How do you want to use that?
So, I am. I mean, within the realm of reality, I suppose. I mean, I understand this is fictional, but just stealthily walking through this in kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? Acrobatic fashion.
You realize I can't do that.
Right.
Stay there.
Kind of like bracing myself on the sides
Yeah.
of the vent, and not even like I know it's too dangerous to even walk.
It's
Yeah. Essentially, you're doing those
you
cool
can step over it. I have to fucking jump.
those like laser things where it's like, why are you doing the splits to get
Right.
through this? And she's just like slide,
Saw the Jean-Claude
angle,
Van
like
Damme movie.
yeah, dislocate my shoulder.
Was that entrapment?
Yeah.
The one with Zeta Jones, right? That's what
Yeah.
you're talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That was a good
That was
one.
Sean Connery, though. Yeah, that was
Was it?
great.
Yeah.
No, when she
Oh,
worked her way through
yeah.
that laser thing, oh man, I'll never forget that.
Just so you know, that's not grist.
Right. Well, essentially, Gris is just watching you and following.
Right. It's like, okay, I'll go over here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Out of the first vent, you hear the sounds of snoring. As you look through the vent, you can see what looks like a barracks. There's 4 bunk beds with what looks like 4 individuals sleeping, but essentially this barracks can hold 8 individuals in it.
All top, all bottom, or mixed?
Mixed.
Okay.
All right, we'll keep going.
All right. As you continue through with your easy one, give me a perception.
Okay. Can I
Both
use
of us?
Both of us, yep. Actually, you know what? No, let me take that back. Sorry. Give me a...
So is it just me, or does anybody else in their head see screen wipes every time it flips between me and 6 of you guys? It's like
Classic Star Wars
Yeah,
screen,
yeah,
right?
totally. Oh, it totally does. And any time that we stop and a cute bug or some kind of little hopping bunny goes by us in the vents, there's always those extra things that any Lucas style thing has.
Right, I
so-
find my brain putting in.
Oh,
those
yeah,
things,
absolutely.
to like reinforce the whole setting. So.
I'll let you guys choose. I would either accept... I can accept medicine, I can accept discipline, and I can accept cool. If you can figure out something else. Essentially, you're going over yet another restroom. It smells terrible. Someone definitely didn't take well to chili
God.
night.
What are we rolling against here?
You're gonna be resilience. Yeah, actually, resilience. Sorry, there we go. Resilience. You're rolling against 3 purple.
Oh, dear God.
This.
Are we rolling resilience?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Your choice.
I would. You're trying to resist like gagging.
Yeah, this is only 3
Coughing
green versus
or-
3 purple right now,
Yeah.
so this is even money. And I 1 failure, 1 advantage.
Okay.
The fuck are these people eating?
So Ty, that brings up a good question.
One
I have.
success,
Are these
one
good and bad
advantage.
dice like mirrors of each other?
They are.
So, okay.
They are
So that
mirrors.
helps to understand. Sort
What
of.
did you get?
Purple-
1 success
purple,
and
green.
1 advantage.
Ooh.
The
Okay.
And it's
black and the
disgusting. I mean, we wouldn't eat this
Cool.
unless we were,
Okay. I just
pretty
I didn't
hungry.
get that before.
There's this.
I mean, they have the same size. They have the same.
Yeah, you're pretty much just
Icons.
listening to this poor. What are they? I'm trying to remember the.
Trandoshan.
No.
There's a Trandoshan in the toilet area.
I hate molting.
That's terrible. No. We'll go with Deveronian. This poor horned guy's just like
Oh no.
Sweat beating down his
just
face.
sweating.
You can't tell
guys
how,
are like,
how red his face is
Yeah.
because it's red naturally.
yeah, you can tell. Like you
It's
hear
the
that
sweat.
straining sound as you're like,
Staying again on the
Yeah.
on the mic, but I'm like,
for it.
just come on, we gotta go, man. I gotta get back out there.
So since I failed, does that mean I vomit?
You failed, but you had an advantage. So you tell me what your failure looks like.
This is testing to see my physical reaction to smell, correct?
This is testing to see your
overwhelming smell.
overwhelming
You
hot
pass?
outhouse.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
like
got
I
one
said,
successful
we
advantage.
would eat something like this if we were, a little hungry.
I imagine Gris just put himself in his own arm and he's like, "Ah, the sweet smell of my own fur."
Wait, did I put on deodorant?
I'm going to. I failed, so I'd like to imagine that I did vomit.
But not in the vent down the.
No, yeah, exactly. So
In your hands.
I held it long enough, and it just kind of falls out of my mouth onto I'm like cleaning off my tongue like.
You kind of grist.
Oh,
Give
God.
me a
Chris is getting drugged through the ringer.
give me a quick stealth check to see if
Okay.
you
If everyone remembers, I went on my belly
yeah
to the door,
yeah.
so I may not be in much better shape.
Yeah.
I
You're
mean,
already
again,
insulated.
what's out there is not necessarily fecal material; it's just rotting
Yeah.
detritus from the higher levels.
Right.
It may not necessarily be.
It's
shit.
machine
Yeah.
waste. It's water waste.
Right.
It's everywhere.
Right, exactly. So I mean, I'm already kind of bathing in the Ganges for 6 years. I'm kind of immune to this.
I'll accept 1 purple, but add a blue because this man's straining.
You mean a black?
No, a blue.
blue.
He's,
You get
he's-
the advantage
You
'cause
get the
he's grown,
advantage
he's
because
distracted.
he's distracted by his own noise. He doesn't
Oh, I
know.
see.
Yes, he doesn't know if it's you or him making this noise.
Yeah. No, I passed that. 4 success, 2 advantage.
Essentially, you.
And I'm just pointing. I'm
Yeah.
looking at his hands. I'm pointing over the side.
You're like go, and he's
No,
like
no,
you.
I'm like,
You hold back, you cover, you kind of let it down easily. As the same time you drop it, you hear that Like, splunges out.
It just makes it worse for me. Oh god.
Just move. Just
All right.
go.
As you
no
hear
reason
the
to wait.
doors open and the guy leaves, the real disgusting part is you didn't hear the washer. These people are monsters.
These people must be put down.
Thank God he didn't turn on the fan and blow the smell into us.
Yeah.
Do you guys continue on your way?
All right, we continue.
God, you gonna wipe your hands or
Back
something?
to you.
No!
Back to Locke and
He
Six.
bleeds
Screen
towards me. That's what he just did. Bleeds towards me with his
Oh
hands.
God, we're down.
No!
Screen wide back to Locke.
Everything's clean now. Okay, we're good.
As this door opens up, so you guys were there were the two red sand runners guarding this doorway. As this door opens up, the third one, the one that was leading you, steps forward. As you see into it, there are two what looks like small turrets, auto turrets, kind of like scanning on the door across. So when you step in, you're going to be pretty much exposed to this killing field.
And is there any way we can tell, like with electronics or anything, like if the door panels are locked behind us? Like, I guess maybe a bright green or red light would be a little too much to ask for, but I guess what I'm asking is, once the door is shut behind us, does anybody tap like a code or anything, or does it just shut and that's that?
You don't hear anyone tap. When it closes, you can hear the sound of like a sound of a lock being put in place.
Okay, so pretty good guess that we're vulnerable here.
Essentially, your starships do something similar when you go in through the airlock. It's, hey, this is a way to stop, so
Sealed environment.
And so if we come up and just hit the button, it's probably not going to open for us.
yeah, pretty much only one door open at a time. All right, the turrets, continue to scan. The guy in front of you walks with confidence. All right, guys, just letting you know you're going to be meeting the boss, so whatever you got to say, make it good, all right? He doesn't like to waste time.
Good. The boss will be meeting us.
As he taps, this one unlocks and begins to push open. As this one opens up, this is quite a larger room. From what you can see, this is big enough to hold a starship.
Oh.
Whoa.
As you look around,
New hideout.
it's kind of built like a stop sign, like
Octagon.
Yep. You can see that there's multiple different crates scattered about. There's different floodlights set about. As you look kind of around on the flooring, there looks like huge drains that have been like sealed, locked, covered. Looking up, you can see that it goes for quite a few feet. Essentially, you realize that you're like, oh, this was a purified like vat that probably burned and heated like filth water back to sanitation levels, and they turned it into a hangar.
Is there a ship in here?
You don't see a ship in here, but it's big enough that even the Rosenrote could get in a little snug, but with your skills, probably not a problem at all.
How would ships get in here? Is there like a hangar? Is there how would a ship get in here?
At the top, there is what looks like a two opening side door. Essentially what happens is as you realize putting together what's going on, essentially these open up, those sewage pipes above from the second floor, fill it up, close it. You realize that where you walk through is essentially where work crews slept and rested, and then essentially this is where they just watch to make sure that numbers were working well and purified. So as you come in, you see what looks like 4 more red sand runners, and then you see a green kind of Rhodian barking out orders to people. Chuta wapa, gringo go to do. As he kind of turns, he's like, "Hey boss, we got someone for you."
So
Gringo.
So just a rough estimate, but how many red sand runners do you think we passed to get from the front door to here?
You pass. So with the 2 following you, the 2 in the door, 4 in here, 6 file. Technically 5 total in here, not counting the one who brought you in. The one in the restroom.
We didn't see him. Yeah, I just from
How
the
many
front
do
door
they
to here.
think
How
they
many?
guess?
How many? How staffed is this plant? Yeah.
You're guessing at least 8 or more.
Okay.
The Rhodian kind of turns 6.
I will shift my pheromones to Rhodian flavor.
Yeah, as he turns, kind of looking at you, again, speaking in his Rhodian dialect. What brought you guys here? What are you doing, wasting my time with this?
He's talking to his men, or is he talking to us?
He's talking to the guy in front of him. As the guy kind of steps to the side and pushes you aside,
Wasted his
all of a sudden the Rhodian's you can tell he has kind of a stunned look on his face, And he quickly pulls his blaster. You get them down on the ground now, because I know who you are.
Oh, well, how rude of me. I missed those previous introductions. This is Locke. He hunts people. My name's Six. I hunt opportunity, which leads us to this chance encounter.
Everyone pulls their blasters on you as they're kind of
I keep it nice and cool.
Yeah. As he's doing his as that ends up happening, going across our vent, you guys are continuing to follow it through.
Are you sure you got the right direction? I mean, do you think they went in left? I mean, I feel like we've gone. You know what? I'm gonna just start marking shit.
Yeah. You guys are kind of making your way through. You hear what sounds like hut ball going off, like a sports thing. Like, oh, he passes it to Greg. Greg hands it off to Liptor. Like, oh, it's and everyone's like, yeah, do it. You guys
wait. I got money on this game.
Yeah. You guys see what looks like about 6 other Red Sand runners in here, drinking. Like their blasters are on the table. One of them has a knife, like getting ready to be like, I swear, if I lose this, like I'm gonna
stab a bitch.
Like you guys ain't gonna do it. Yeah, you guys continue on.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. This is below me.
Yeah, you guys are just continuing your way, flashing back to you guys with the guns drawn on you.
I say, now, you wouldn't want to squander the hut's vested resources so frivolously now, would you? I suggest you put that down and listen to what we have to offer.
Uda we pay no chinga. As he's sitting there, he's like, no. You made fun of me. Your friend, as he kind of like looks to his crew. Yeah, I remember your friend tried to scare the Red Sand Runners, and I don't take kindly to that. Now you come into my territory trying to get all of this going on as he's just waving his blaster
around.
Of
course, my friend
made very well
informed. You're funny looking. Look at your ears.
You come.
But looks aren't the cause of our visit. Business and credits are. So you want to talk business?
Oh, there's nothing but business between what you did to me and my people. Oh no, you get on the ground. You drop those blasters right now. You get seen what the Red Sand Runners do to people.
Have you seen what a hut does to Sand Runners?
Oh, I don't care about the hut, baby. I got backing from bigger players. So you drop your blaster and you learn what maybe backs up the Red Sand Runners.
Now I'm gonna step closer. Still no gun drawn and say, I get it. You've got to act tough in front of your people. You don't want to lose face. Perhaps we should take this conversation behind closed doors and speak one smuggler or one businessman to the next.
Nice, that's rad. Good job.
And I'm gonna try and influence him with my charm ability. Yeah, I just breathe heavily all over. Make sure he sees the cleavage.
I'm looking for the nearest cover in case this doesn't work.
Yeah, there's crates in your
I'm taking the con all the way.
I'm just getting ready in case it doesn't, but
Double
I am
down.
hoping. I am hoping it does.
Just push your luck.
Yeah.
We are in deep, buddy.
I don't ever remember making fun of this Rhodian, but
I think. Oh, no, mind.
Oh no, go ahead.
I think it's the Rhodian that we originally saw in the first episode where I grabbed his mouth.
Oh,
the one that was messing with your ship to begin with.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, it's this guy.
I think he's referring to me when he's like, your friend threatened.
I remember him.
So do we recognize the Rhodian? Did we see him in
I
this?
remember
Like Six
long-
intimidated him, right?
Yeah, and then
I
he
don't
started
remember
wall.
Rhodian.
I did, and then I grabbed his mouth and threatened him and told him to get out of here. As he was running away, Six saw him running away, but you two did not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Six
Locke's
can
pretty
tell.
confused right now.
Locke's like,
What
I
are the
don't
odds?
remember this guy. He's just a random person, but
I
this
don't know
guy
this
was
guy.
close to your ship that you heard.
No, I have no idea who this red snake is.
So you're gonna try to seduce them.
Yeah, I'm trying to charm said guy.
Okay. This will be against 3 red and 1 black.
No problem. I'm just gonna use 1 white.
Yep.
What do you think that's?
That's gonna let me succeed instead of rolling against all those.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What he's doing is essentially you.
I'm going to enthrall him.
Yeah. You don't succeed 100%, but what you do enough is you're pretty much, what I'm understanding is pretty much offering him an enticement, being like, look let's figure out.
I want him to be able to maintain his station amongst his men and not lose face.
Exactly.
Right? but to take this to a place where we can talk candidly without him having to be tough.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
at the end of the day, I know he's really not that tough.
Yeah. You're just trying to look like you're trying to give him your due respect. You're giving him due respect.
Exactly.
He kind of sits there and he kind of like looks around, kind of like waving his gun, like kind of like loosely in his hand. See, fellas, this is what power gets you. See, when we start working with the Black Sun, I take care of you. That's what happens here. All right, little good-looking thing, why don't you follow me back, and we'll let your friend sit here. Take him to the brig. Let him be put in prison real fast. Put him with, we'll put him in storage. We'll see how this goes. If I like what we're doing, your friend won't spend time with some of our pets down here.
Yeah, just send me to the card table back there, and I'll just, hang out with the rest of the
No.
rank
You
and
don't get the
file.
good stuff unless she gives the good stuff.
Ooh.
All right, Fitz.
I decided kind of nod it lock like.
All right. If you say so.
You guys are 6. You are following this person out, this apparent leader out, and Locke, you are kind of following them like a short distance. As you enter, there's another large 2 open door. One slides open. This one doesn't seem to be like any type of protection in it. As you enter through the second door, you can see this has like a cross-shaped like walking panel. Down and to your left, you can see that there's a force field like over it. So this is essentially probably some type of like filtration system that went through cleaning. And there, you can see down from the quality has been converted into a holding pen. And you see a large, almost like cow-like dog with 2 horns and one coming from its head, 2 from its side. As you look over on the other one, you see this strange looking, on the other side, there's 2 from this cross, left and right, or left and southwest, northwest. You can see that this one holds some type of strange bipedal red-skinned lizard with large like ram horns coming down and humongous claws that almost like end in large talons. To your right, this isn't lowered. This has 2 like what looks like walls around it. As you can see, they have open doors. One clearly has a plus sign on it, being the med bay, and then the other one says storage.
So I kind of want to linger and admire the creatures. In my culture on Iridonia, we often name our males after certain creatures in order to like hope that male inherits that creature's attributes and traits.
That's
so.
Cool.
So I am particularly named after like a large sturdy herd animal, which was not my favorite thing growing up, but I've learned to like sort of appreciate the strengths and the traits that implies. But for these creatures, I kind of want to admire them in a sense while we walk past. Maybe get a little overly distracted to just kind of delay.
Okay.
Where do we meet Locke's brother?
I would say, are you trying to
he's named
identify
after
what
a
these?
very bad creature.
Are you trying to identify what these 2 creatures are?
Yeah. If I can.
There's xenology, I will tell you xenology, core world, and I would allow underworld for 1 because it's specifically used in underworld.
Okay, so I will do xenology. I think would be a good one. Do I have any extra dice?
Is he rolling against anything?
I would give, with xenology, this would be against, I would say 2 difficulty. You probably have run into one of these creatures because of your line of work, and then another one you have probably heard about in your line of work.
We got 1 advantage.
The horned dog you haven't doesn't seem familiar to you, but that other one, that horned lizard, that bipedal lizard, is you're like, yeah, I remember having to like get these for like missions. I forget what their name is, but they pack a hell of a punch.
It's a Gorn.
You remember that their talons are something to be very wary of.
Oh, yeah. That's the first thing I generally want to identify with these sort of creatures is what's the spots to be wary of, what to watch out for.
All right, and as you guys are kind of getting, like, as you kind of stop and stare, one of the guys, like, hits you in the shoulder with his elbow, like, yeah, get going.
Oh, yeah, I'm going. That's nice specimens you have here, just appreciating the goods.
Yeah, that's transport for the boss. We're selling these things. Maybe keep them around, but probably going to sell them.
Oh, that's too bad. Do you guys have a creature handler around here to tame these things? Is that something y'all do?
He just kind of, like, looks at you.
Is he a Rhodian? Is everyone Rhodians?
No, they're like a mixture of humans,
All right.
Deveronians, Rhodians.
Yeah, we know there's at least one Deveronian.
He literally, like, the guy, this one's like the human with the mohawk. He just, like, all of a sudden pulls out a stun baton, like, whoosh, this is all the handling you need.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
sure.
And essentially, when they take you to the room, they're going to take your weapons. They're confiscating your wristwatch.
What? That's not a weapon. It's
they're
it's
stripping
a bracelet.
You.
It's
They're
completely...
stealing your bracelet.
Strip you down naked.
They're stripping your bracelet. They're pretty much taking everything but your underclothing.
You're
for your
bigger
armor.
than anyone that's walking.
You're
right?
Zabrak, yeah.
You're
So
bigger
yeah,
than
but
anyone that's walking.
I do get 2 black dice to notice that my wrist thing is a weapon.
That's true. They're just stripping you of armor.
Okay.
And your stuff. Essentially, they're keeping you more like
They can't
more
take
than
thieves.
naked,
I'll
less
crack my
than
knuckles.
armored. They don't care about your
fingers.
prison pocket that you're hiding things in.
Do they
care
take my
about-
shot gloves?
Are they?
They're literally my gloves I wear on my hands.
No, these people. Let me check.
I mean, probably won't use them.
So they
because
strip you down to
No,
nothing,
no,
but they
they
leave the
were-
gloves.
Well, pretty much they go like.
They leave my clothes. I mean,
He has like underclothes.
They take my
like
armor.
casual clothes.
Right,
They
okay.
They take his armor, equipment, and backpack.
Okay.
Essentially.
You know what Beskar is? That's Beskar. Don't mess with it.
Don't touch it.
I wish.
You don't know it's
I would be
Beskar,
OP'd.
not?
Going back to
Metal.
Victus and Grist, you guys finish climbing through your tunnel, and you can see there's a fan. Seems to have stopped. Looking out, you can see
God damn it, we made it back to the beginning again.
you can see a large open area as you're kind of like looking at it a little bit. Like there's another like filtration system out in front of it.
That's not where
This
we came in.
this area is huge.
That's
Again, what
new.
I've previously described, it's that nice stop sign angle, multiple crates. You can see as you kind of by the time you guys make it, you can see the gate off in the distance, the doorway off in the distance closing. You see what looks like a character who looks like maybe Locke, kind of entering. Some armored individual is walking through these doors where a lot of like other bipedals are walking. And then easily enough to identify Six by her gear and outfit, seems to be walking off with a Rhodian to another doorway on the right.
Grist. Yeah? Go break out Locke. Wait, what do you mean break? What do you think you've got? Okay. But, so I'm looking, is there a way, like, around the edge of this thing?
Unless it was part of their plan to get separated, I think some things went south.
Did they put my stuff in a crate in the room I'm in, or is it? Did they just disarm me and then send me into the holding crate?
They disarmed you and pretty much told you to walk inside their closet.
All right, so from where we're at, we see a pile of Locke's stuff.
No, where you're at, you are essentially where the hangar would be.
Okay, so
We
they
saw
them leave a room.
You
just
saw
walked.
them leave. You don't know what happened.
You don't
from
think
there.
they split? Like,
Yeah. Your stuff.
Yeah.
You don't see because as the door closes,
Okay.
you can hear the deet 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 deet.
I'm
as
pacing.
They do lock
I'm
you
pacing
in.
in my
so
cell.
I'm gonna look through the vent louvers and see, is there a way that I can move inside this part, or am I gonna have to try and figure out how to get to the vent over here?
You're gonna have to figure out how to get out and get to the other side.
Both of
You're-
us? There's
yeah.
no vent that goes to where Six is either?
Okay, so in that case, then, if that's what they're doing, hold on. I'm gonna try and get the vent off and then pull it back in without dropping it.
Ooh, okay. Coordination. So to undo it and then get it back.
Against?
This would be.
Is it heavy?
It is heavy. I would say 2 purple and a black.
I have 3 bronze. I'm not worried about the weight.
Do you have any coordination?
Yeah,
Oh,
I do.
Then why are you
And
rolling
actually,
all
net
green
result
dice?
is a success.
so why are you rolling all green dice if you have coordination?
I'm not skilled in it. I have it.
He has the
Ask the right
invisible-
question.
Did you forget who you're talking to?
I thought we were discussing this out of character. I did not realize. I apologize.
Get off the comm channel, Locke. Jesus.
There's no difference between Grist and Barry. They are
They
one
are
of
one
them.
and the same.
There are always one character.
That's what I was going to say. I'll just assume from this point forward, if I'm talking to Barry, I'm talking to Chris.
So yeah, so I've got 1 success.
Beautiful. Yeah, you're able to pull it out.
All right,
bring
help
it
me.
back in.
Put this in the side. We'll have to put it back in place later.
All right.
So now looking in, what do we see?
So as you get a better angle of it, looking down, you're about 15 feet up. Essentially, there's multiple crates kind of in each of the corners. They stand about 5 feet tall, like up to about like chest height. Some of them, like you've seen before when you've done your first mission, they're pretty much transport crates. You can tell that this looks to be like the way it's set up. There's a refueling station. This looks like someone's converted this into a hangar. You don't see anyone. You see that there's a light system around, again on the 4 cardinal directions.
But nobody's in the room?
They left when whatever
Okay, I'm gonna
happened.
lean way out and look
Yeah.
below, just make sure there's no one there.
Nope, it's another double sealed door. Data pad on the, not a data pad, but like a door panel pad on
All right,
the right
it's clear.
side.
How far of a drop?
15 feet. Take
I could probably make that.
easy kind of drop.
Now, is there are the crates at the bottom that look solid enough so I can hang over the lip? Remember, I'm 3 feet in height. I can hang over the lip and then drop to a crate. So I'm not dropping 15 or 12 feet. I'm dropping like 7 or 8 feet.
Yeah, there's one stacked like pyramid, two.
All right, perfect. So I'm going to try and drop to that
Okay. It's a 1 difficulty check.
with
Does anybody have any rope?
athletics.
Rope would help a lot. in this
Who has
mission.
rope? Yeah, this would be athletics. It could be coordination again, all how you're dropping.
Okay.
Be
So
part of the
that is
outfit.
2 successes and an advantage.
Ooh, 2 seconds. Yeah, you can easily hop down quietly.
And then I hop to the floor.
Yeah,
And now I'm watching Victus.
Victus, you coming out?
I do. I come out of the vent.
Same roll.
All right.
Unless you want to do something
You
else.
just
Don't.
force glide yourself down to the ground.
Yeah.
I lift
Demon
my
Hunter
own
glide.
self and move me.
So I've actually been thinking about this.
yeah,
Does force move allow you to move yourself?
Yeah, that's literally part of like when the Jedi, which I loved in the Star Wars, Clone Wars like series. That's all force push. Like when they run and jump, like that's all they're doing.
They're just pushing themselves.
They're just
Yeah.
pushing themselves. And essentially what they did with Clone War, not Clone Wars, with Rebels, they're like, hey, my Padawan isn't strong enough to push himself, so I'll assist him by like moving him
Right.
and keeping him on target. And he jettisons himself.
Got it. I wasn't sure because I know there's a force power in the book called Force Enhance, and it increases your speed, jumping, and like punching power and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I wasn't sure if it was more what this falls under, but if I can force move myself, I will definitely start using it. I'm not going to use it in this case because I do want to ration my ability
Yeah.
to make it more
Essentially,
dramatic. But
You go.
I'm just going to do a normal coordination to stealthily
Gotcha.
like leap down, and yeah, it's
6 advantage.
it's
No, it's almost 6 success.
4 success, 2 advantage.
Yeah.
Chris, like my ears are constantly down at this point. It's like, this guy is outdoing me on the things that I think I should be able to do.
Chris is
Climbing
like,
around.
I'm not saying anything about it, but yeah, I don't look jovial like I normally do.
poor Chris. Chris is like, yeah, I'm the master of everything. Like, or what is it?
I
Good
mean,
at
you
everything,
see
master of
the
none.
drop and then the hop. It was great, and then he kind of like, yeah.
He
Well,
literally,
better on their feet than a cat.
That's
he just like,
but,
he,
but are you a cat? Is that that's
No.
because your picture makes you look more like a bat?
he's a
Squirrel,
cat like.
squirrel, kind of squirrel, bat,
Squirrel,
rabbit,
like flying squirrel kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a rocket raccoon situation.
Okay.
Doesn't matter
I just
what
wanted
the
to clarify
animal is.
that because I thought so too.
I've been thinking cat business.
I have been picturing that too until I saw the
No,
picture.
that's the Tabaxi. That's another game.
Right. I think I think that's what we're doing.
Okay.
So yeah, I thought
Mary
that
likes
was
to
an
play
important
animal
distinction to
people.
make. Well, nothing wrong with that, but I mean, we should determine what animals. this
Don't
kid-
even go there.
Someone's got to. That's all I'm saying. Someone's has to be one.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
so are we splitting up? You're going. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna.
Go north and follow Locke.
And at this point, I'm pretty sure I'm still leaving somewhat of a trail.
It's. I mean, of his vomit. Yeah.
No, not him. He did not vomit on me.
He did, but he did vomit on the place you were belly sliding through.
No, that was outside.
Oh,
He
that was
vomited in here.
outside.
No, I've been walking around that
Okay,
shit.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, for the whole belly roll thing, I figure it's still on me. So I mean, I'm confident I'm not cleanly walking. Is all I'm getting at.
You would be able to tell as Grist, you'd be like, you feel dirty, like when people get dried sweat. But essentially, as you're looking around, you're like, yeah, pretty much someone scrubbed this place. But it's one of those ones where you can't really tell that it's been clean. You're like, oh,
And I'm
this is as
leaving
good as it
stuff
gets.
behind. That's all I was looking at for both in the case as an explanation for the disadvantages or
Yeah,
threats,
yep,
that kind of
yep,
thing. All right, so I'm going to go to the door. Does it look like it's just push? Or does it look like it might have a code?
This one just has the simple like green red button. It doesn't look like there's any code on it.
Is there a window that I can see through up higher?
There's another vent again 15 feet up.
Okay, so I will stick my wool. There's a what?
Another vent on the other side. So
Hey, wait! Yep, Victus, get over here. Help me through that thing.
So you're on the other side of the hangar at this point.
Yes, right.
So I'm assuming this hangar's like 60 feet across or something.
I'm
like
talking through the convoy.
That? Oh, got it.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Well,
Here!
I
over
was
here.
gonna say as soon as Gris starts to walk away, I'm gonna look back at our vent. And I'm gonna use force move to pick up the vent from the edge and close it so it doesn't look like there's something was missing.
Roll me that force dice, and let's see what type of powers you get to pull.
2 white.
Do you want to use those?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay.
But this is once again, I keep rolling white for my dark-sided character, so I have to think how
You're
this
changing.
So
Victus doesn't change. I'm just kidding. I'm thinking this right here has to go with. So Victus is calm right now because of this stealth that he and Grist have gone on, and he is kind of at peace right now with like just he's not angry. Nothing has agitated him besides that horrible bathroom scene with the man. That's agitated him a little bit, actually. But besides that, he's not actually angry right now, which is kind of a rarity for him. In fact, he's kind of has a little bit of levity. And so I think he's, just quietly and calmly. He's being thorough, too. Most of the time, he's pretty just kind of self-centered, focused on the mission and nothing else, not even other people. But in this case, he's actually gotten a partner that he's working with quite well. And so he's going to consider, like, hey, I need to cover our tracks. And he's going to close the vent behind him with the power.
And then you turn around and watch and see the tracks.
And my shoulders just droop. I'm just...
Poopy footprints.
yeah, as you lift him up easily, you're at the grate as you were just.
So I'm gonna try and push the grate in. Same
checks.
Can't get any trash because you're floating.
I can't get the. I don't.
Two the leverage.
2-2.
2 and 2 success, 2 advantage.
Ooh, easily able to get there and in. This is actually, you feel actually like you were able to get a lot of traction.
So put it down.
Man, this is great when I don't have to push against air.
I'm going to get in. I'm going to give you the thumbs up looking down. I'm going to push the grate back in place and head down the vent.
Feel good about yourself, Victus. You feel robust. You're like, I helped that small thing.
Yeah. This is a weird feeling for me.
This is my child.
I don't like this.
A little creepy.
I gotta kill something. I gotta balance this out, man. I gotta do my bad deed for the day.
All
All right.
As this is happening, 6, you walk open or through this door. This is where you've originally been going through double sliding doors. This is more like a basic kind of like doorway, like in and out of like a science building. When you enter, this looks like a computer console that's set up. You can see that to your left and right are large sensor readings. Data is pretty much being passed through. This is probably what you would imagine they were testing the purity of water. You can see as you look around the room that this has been converted into like the captain's quarters. There is a large plush bed as like lockers have been pushed aside, tables have been moved over. Bed is a nice term. It's clearly not been cleaned recently, but he has a chest. You can see inside is a whole bunch of different alcohols. He has on like a small table, like with a very plush-looking chair, coin, and like another blaster kind of seated there. As he, moves in and like keeps his gun kind of turned on you. All right, have a seat. Have a seat on that console chair over there.
I eye some of the booze and I reach up a bottle. And nice. Well, the I don't know, something weird. What types of the Maldraxian malt liquor. I'm this will do. And then I go sit in the chair.
I'm going to because I'm assuming this is all. He went into this room while Grist and I dropped into this room. So as soon as I'm done helping Grist, I'm going to get 6 on the comm and let her know I'm just outside the door and to let me know when she needs me.
I'm gonna scratch my hair and just open up the comm to where it's just open, where hopefully Victus can just hear what's going on.
Like play with your hair a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah. Have a seat. All right. So you.
Great. Say, are there glasses on the desk?
Yeah, he has some like small like.
Okay. I pour 2 glasses.
Okay. See, this is the type of service I want to see now.
Victus, what the hell? I'm getting cross-checked.
So.
I think it's some kind of bad porn.
Say,
Grist, shut up.
Dort will no longer be doing business in the region.
Yeah.
I've had to relieve him of his duties for underperforming. Now, I understand these decisions are made way above your pay grade, but I don't mean to startle you. So I'm here to negotiate the new contract moving forward, using myself and my ship to move your wares from the system.
As you kind of hand him the other glass, he kicks up his boots and like falls back into his chair. His little bug tongue comes out and starts lapping the water, the wine.
Try to keep a straight face.
As again, he's still talking to Rodian, so it's that like that very trying to be intimidating. It's that like cheekbone, no whopper, as he's just like talking to you and Rodian, just being like, "Oh, that stupid Gungan, huh, causing problems, and someone finally kicked him to the curb like he deserved."
He won't be causing any problems in the future.
Yeah. So you think you can just come in here and take part of our deal? Do you know what we're doing here, lass? Do you know what real men do for work, huh?
Well, I like to think that that no thought was required in coming in here and taking over the duties. Now I understand that you aspire to work with the Black Sun Syndicate. I can tell you that they won't take kindly to blunders or mistakes or sloppy work, and neither do the Hutts, and neither do the go-betweens between the Black Sun and the Hutts.
As you're like saying this,
Totally bluffing and conning this.
yeah.
Right.
As you're kind of going through this, he's kind of sitting there. I don't aspire to anything. I work with them right now. What do you think I get these goods for? You think I'm worried about the Hutts?
Yeah, no. That's why you're living in a trash dump.
No, this is the start. You just gotta stay hidden, sell some junk, and the system comes down. Hutts are too busy swimming in their spawn pool to deal with us, and they don't get it. So, your business deal is what I'm hearing is, what, you want to save your life and let your friend go? Maybe work for the winning team, is that what I'm hearing?
I'm confident that my friend and myself will leave here without a scratch on us.
Oh, yeah.
It was more the lives of your men that I was hoping to save. So let's just let's talk straight, shall we? Let's talk about the rate of return on shipping your wares off planet.
As you're kind of having this talk, you get the sense it's hard to tell with the Rhodians, like, fractured
I just
dragonfly.
poker face him, yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty much easy to poker face because you're like, I don't know how to tell if this bugs. He's literally just like, as I see, like, you kind of tell him like, hey, we're gonna leave here fine. Like, let's talk about your men's survival. He just kind of puts the drink down, like, you know what? I came here for fun, and you're being a real killjoy, and I just don't have time for that. As he clicks a button, and you hear whir, whir, going off. And that's where we'll call for tonight.
Oh, come on. Very good. Thanks, Dave.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you, guys. Thank you. Excellent work, everyone.
Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And if you have any feedback for us, please feel free to comment on our podcasts or email us directly at ncrpproductions@gmail.com. That's ncrpproductions@gmail.com. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, MD Parker 4, Chef Francis, Crowman76, Loading Madcat, M. Coling, November Stevenson, and Rosix13. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it.